Welcome to How to Become a Data Analyst Sage with ThoughtSpot. In this episode, I'm going to introduce how easy it is to build AI agents with ThoughtSpot MCP. So what is MCP? MCP stands for Model Control Protocol, and this is a protocol that enables different AI agents to communicate with each other. Importantly, this enables a secure and efficient exchange of data and results in a collaborative ecosystem where agents are able to execute complex tasks that require multiple capabilities. ThoughtSpot is integral to this collaborative AI agent environment. And the reason for this is ThoughtSpot provides a capability that shifts from a focus of understanding SQL to human language when analyzing data, i.e. you can ask questions in plain English. As the ThoughtSpot MCP is able to communicate with other agents, silos are broken down, and therefore this enables you to analyze data from multiple sources all at once without manual intervention. Agents allow for proactive insights, i.e. the agents can be scheduled to run at specific time and the analysis is done automatically, and therefore providing you with critical and up-to-the-minute insights. In this example, I'm going to create an agent called Ryan that is a market intelligence tip. There's a number of tools that this agent is aware of to help solve a weekly cadence of reporting that I've had to do manually. The first step in this reporting is to get sales data from ThoughtSpot, and I can do this with the natural language. And with this information from ThoughtSpot, I can then conduct further analysis, i.e. understand industry and competitor trends, and also start reviewing and identifying top talent that I may wish to join the team. In addition to this structured data from ThoughtSpot, which is coming from our database, and this unstructured data from the web, we can conduct sentiment analysis of Slack, and again to understand how our relationships with each of these clients is occurring. The final step is to distribute this information to my communication channels. So let's have a quick look how I can do this today without agents. So in ThoughtSpot, we have Spotter, which is our AI analyst. And this enables me to ask natural language questions of my data. So every Monday morning, I can ask Spotter to retrieve, what are the current sales figures for the top companies. So without having to know SQL, I can very easily ask this natural language question and the results are returned to me. So this is excellent. Then we have some analysis and some insights based upon this, and I may want to follow this up with additional questions, i.e. what are the top selling products for each of these companies for this week and how does this compare to last week. So again, Spotter can undertake this analysis for me, generate a number of natural language queries and return the results. So we can see on screen a visualization of these results, which is showing the sales for each of the top 3 products for each company. So we can review these tokens to understand, is the interpretation of my natural language question correct? If we open up the underlying answer, we could just review the generated SQL. And this is a key value proposition of ThoughtSpot, that as a user, I would not be able to write this SQL directly, nor am I able to validate that this SQL is correct, i.e. are these joins correct? Is this how we create a rank function to get the top 3? This level of detail is much too complex for the majority of users. So in summary, this is the value proposition of ThoughtSpot, that we can ask and answer these relatively hard SQL questions, but very easy business questions in our natural language. We can get the results and move on. However, I now need to navigate to another interface to retrieve additional information, like, how is the market performing? So this is a search that I created in Perplexity to demonstrate this. What are the latest news of paper distribution companies in the northeast of USA? There's a summary of the information. Maybe I want to further filter this down with additional follow-up questions, etc., etc. So the beauty of agents is that we can have these tasks automated for us, and that we can have the insights distributed to us as we require. So in this example, I have an account with a third-party application, Relevance AI, where I'm able to build my agent. So the agent has a prompt where I explain what do I want the agent to do. So this is the role and the objective of the agent. These are the tools that I've instructed the agent to use. And we can see here, this is the ThoughtSpot Get Answer tool. And then there's a number of other tools where we can integrate with LinkedIn and Google, etc. And for this agent, I want it to conduct a number of reasoning steps in the same manner every time. So we can think of this as a recipe, where the first step is to retrieve from ThoughtSpot using the Get Answer tool. And specifically, I want to focus on the Dunder Mifflin sales model. So again, I don't need to understand how the model is built or the SQL. And I want to ask these natural language questions. And we saw that in Spotter, we can ask those questions to get the results. And then based upon the result of these steps, a number of other tasks are completed. And finally, in this example here, I've created a definition of how I want the report to be rendered. So this is my Monday morning paper with a date. It's going to have a summary. It's got the industry pulse. We've got information from LinkedIn. We have the sales overview. So this is the information coming from ThoughtSpot. And then also give me a list of available sales talent pool. So the final step in this process is really to understand how easy it is to set up the ThoughtSpot Get Answers tool in order for this agent to be able to ask these questions in a natural language format, and that ThoughtSpot is able to process these questions in a similar manner that we saw with Spotter, and then return the results. And really, this is just a very simple setting. In this tool here, we can go to Advanced. We can go to the MCPServer, and we can see here that I've connected ThoughtSpot. So the settings here show how easy it is to set up the ThoughtSpot connection. That we have the URL, where this agent will communicate with the ThoughtSpot MCPServer. I've given it a label, and then we define the authentication method. So this will be the access token, and you can retrieve this. So in summary, we've demonstrated how we can leverage the ThoughtSpot MCPServer to very easily incorporate the ThoughtSpot data agent into existing third-party toolkits. As highlighted, using ThoughtSpot's AI agent, we no longer need to be aware of how to write SQL to query data. We can ask and answer our questions in natural language, and the agent is then able to use this data as an input to subsequent tasks, and therefore create a collaborative ecosystem. If you have any questions, then please reach out or leave in the comments below. Thank you.